president visiting our city. So it is as it is. Today, as opposed to having all the education that we normally have, I wanted to really explain to people the benefits of our OmniJoin system. It's underutilized for being a leader. We're trying to build leaders here. And leaders need tools to expand their horizons. Our new visitor right here, she's looking for property. Well, we're all looking for property. It's tough to look by yourself. The reason for green is, and you know, Muhammad, you're here all the time, a lot of deals get made in here. A lot of people move. We have contractors here. We got hard money guys here, mortgage guys here, title auction people here. It's usually Les is here, big auction buyer, probably one of the biggest in the city, and so Steve. So a lot of deals get made in here. And that's what we like. We like the small, close-knit family that works together, not we're all here for our own thing and I'm going to cutthroat her and on a deal. And this OmniJoin system gives you the ability to broadcast your message of I'm looking for a team without driving everywhere. You don't have to go for coffee 6 times a day, 2 lunches, 4 breakfasts, 5 dinners. It's the drive time that gets you. I would love to go to your meeting, but that's 45 minutes, 15 and I'm eating for 5. You know, here you can do all this right here on this OmniJoin. I'll sit and have coffee with you. We can talk like Skype, face to face. We can have coffee, and I can move on to the next call. You can triple your time as opposed to waste your time. And plus our website. I mean, a lot of my friends and you guys who, well, you're my friends too. You joined green, but you didn't look at the website. I mean, I know my friends did down in Florida. Sorry, guys. We created all this, spent a lot of money on the website, spent a lot of money on the education, and nobody's really looking at it or looking at it correctly or knowing how to find it. So today I wanted Andrea to actually explain the OmniJoin system using our website as an example of how you can show people your program. So I'm going to turn it over to Andrea right now. He's going to, if Steve would move, he'll put it up on the screen right there.
Your sidekick.
Andrea, take it away.
All right. Thank you very much, Mark. First of all, it's a pleasure to have the opportunity to talk to you today. What I'm going to do is change the layout a little bit here. I'm going to start with show you some of the options. First of all, this is, as Mark said, a tremendous tool for communication and for business. One of the goals that we have as a company is eventually we're going to have a variety of these classrooms, different sizes. They come in different capacities. This particular one has a capacity of 30 people, and you can call in. Actually, the number of people calling into this classroom is actually unlimited. They also have them in denominations of 50 and 100 person capacity. So you do have some options in terms of the size with this. And we intend to have a variety of these. And one of the benefits for green members is that you'll actually be able to check out these rooms and be able to utilize them for your own business purposes. And what my goal is tonight is to show you what some of the capabilities of the OmniJoin video teleconferencing platform are, and suggest some of the ways that it might help your business. So what I'd like to do is begin to show you, we have a variety of different layouts, as I mentioned earlier. And the first one I'm just going to show you, this is an example here of how you would have a layout. And this particular layout design is where you would have the participants, the video participants, and then you would be able to show some kind of shared content. And you can have actually up to 20 people on the screen at one time. Now, if you're in the bigger classroom with 100-person capacity, any one of those people can be switched in and out. So it really, one of the strengths of this is the ability to put people face to face with each other, especially in the question and answer dialogue exchange that you would have in a business situation. Most of the business situations, obviously, are not going to require 100 people to participate, but it certainly has that capability. Now, what I'd like to do here is show you, as I said, here's where you have the setup, where you have the video and shared content. You've seen the video only, and that's particularly nice when you go into this video only mode for the question and answer exchange, because you can see people face to face, and as they ask questions, you can see the expression on their face and know if they're understanding what you're saying or not, or if they're agreeing with your position, or if they have an objection, you can respond to it. And we don't take that seriously enough, is that in human interaction, we read each other. Body language, facial expression, all that stuff is very important. So obviously in business, we want to be in a situation where we're face to face with our clients. And there's a real strength, as I said, with this OmniJoin video teleconferencing platform. In addition, you can go to a share-only setup where you can, in this case, we're showing this presentation and be able to just simply focus on that. Now, that gives you a sense of some of the options. There's actually a lot more than that, but at least that gives you kind of a basic understanding of some of the variety of different presentation modes that we can have with this setup. One of the neat features of this from a business meeting point of view is found actually, if you take a look here at the top, as you're looking at the top left corner, you'll note that there are 3 horizontal bars. And when I click on that, what you'll notice is you'll see that the screen has slid over. And what you have is additional information. In this case, we see all the participants of this meeting, the attendees. In this case, we actually have one of our presenters in the car there, or the minivan. I think it's a minivan actually. That's William Crowley. William is actually, we're in the process of filming his course on credit restoration, and we hope to have it up on the website probably by mid-April. So we're really excited about that. He's actually viewing our presentation tonight from Tampa, Florida, and I'm actually on the other coast in West Palm Beach. So you can see that it certainly has an ability to involve people. And just to tell you this, I have used this platform and done presentations with people in China. Now, of course, the only thing you got to keep in mind is obviously there's a pretty big time difference between these continents, and so obviously I was doing it in the evening, and they were just getting up in the morning and having their morning coffee. So obviously that becomes a factor, but it really has an incredible ability to bring people together across huge distances, and as Mark said, really eliminate a lot of the traffic. So in addition to the attendees, let me show you a couple other things. We have a chat format, so you can actually chat a question into the presenter. If you want to kind of come in under the radar, if you're shy, maybe you're an introvert, and you don't like the idea of necessarily having to speak up and be heard by everybody, we respect that, and we have that capability. And you can chat the question directly to an individual. So you may have 100 people that are here. That individual can chat their question directly to the presenter, and so that the presenter alone can read that chat. The final thing on this side is also something that the teacher in me absolutely adores, and it's this handout. One of the things you'll see, there's really no limit to how many handouts you can put. But what I did is I just used a few examples. Several weeks back, one of our bloggers actually wrote an article that was kind of neat, that it deals with the idea of what makes a great investment property. And her name is Chelsea Phillips. She actually lives in Evansville, Indiana. So what she did is took an actual property in Evansville, Indiana, took a bunch of pictures of it, and then presented it as a possible investment property. By the end of the article, it was very clear to me that this would be a very good investment property, but the reason why I show this here is that imagine you're showing a client a property. You could load up 15, 20 different things here to show them. Documents, contracts, pictures of the property, video of the property, all different kinds of things like that. So you can really give them to the people fast, and by simply hitting this button, save all, you could literally download everything in the handouts folder right to your personal desktop. So that's a real handy feature to have. So that gives you a sense of some of the capabilities. Now let's switch over, as we've been talking a little bit about shared options. You can see here that basically what I have in front of you is a PowerPoint. Now we've saved it as a PDF simply because the pictures in it are very high res, and they take up a lot of space on the OmniJoin, and the easiest way to do it, of course, is simply to save it as a PDF. But you can see that this is only one type of thing that you can share. Now, in addition to that, we also have the ability to share video, and this is an example of a video actually taken from our website. One of the courses that we're in the process of working on is actually a course called All About Mortgages, and it's taught by in an interview format, actually, which we thought would be a little bit creative. And you can see that we're interviewing Larry Cox, who's our expert on mortgages. He's actually worked in the greater Nashville area for 17 years now. Anyway, that gives you an example. I'd like to show you yet one more example of video, and this is just really kind of for fun. But this video is something that I actually shot, assuming I can find it here. This is video that I actually shot today. And this is actually the outside of my own condo. And you can see here, this is the intercoastal. And then as the camera pans, you're going to see, that's the Coast Guard station down there. And then those buildings there, that's Singer Island, which is just offshore from West Palm Beach, Florida. And on the other side of that island, that would be the Atlantic Ocean. So about 1 mile from where I live is the Atlantic Ocean. The reason why I share that is not to taunt you with the fact that I live in basically paradise, but to show you that, imagine if you're showing property, you can actually, show the video of the actual property that you're offering to your client for sale. In addition to that, one thing that I'd like to show you is that the OmniJoin has telephone apps. Nowhere better is this demonstrated than with William's telephone feed at the bottom of the screen here. As I said, he's in Tampa. So if you were actually partnered up, like in the case of Mark and Steve as they do these auctions, Steve does a lot of driving. He goes out to these various places, in his words, in the sticks, and he's on his iPhone, and he can actually show the property that they're about to bid on, in the morning before the actual auction itself. He can actually show the property as he walks around it to Mark, so they have a better sense of, do they really want to bid on this or not. And obviously, if you actually own the property, then you can do a lot more thorough walkthrough. And so you can actually do a live walkthrough and feed it right into the OmniJoin as part of your presentation. So that's kind of a nice feature that we're rather proud of. Now, lastly, one of the things that you can share, of course, are applications. And so the application that I'm going to share with you now is the application of our website. And so I'm going to switch to share only, and if I did this correctly, you should only be seeing the website. So I'm going to show you a couple features. I'm not going to exhaust everything because of time considerations, but I do want to show you a little bit of what the website has to offer. And I want to begin in the area of education. I'm somewhat biased because that's the area that I head up. But I want to show you our courses here. This is our course page, and I want to stress to you this is by no means a static page. This is constantly being developed. We have a number of classes, actually 3 classes that were taught recently by Patty Ketchum. Patty is a broker and a real estate agent and a very, very well-known and well-respected educator in the areas of real estate here in Florida. She came up to Nashville and actually did some wonderful shoots for us there at the Green HQ. Also on this page, you can see here, this is that introduction to mortgage course that I was telling you about that Larry Cox has been shooting. We're actually not done with it, but believe it or not, we already have 57 videos that we put up. And you can see here, I've logged into the website as a non-member. So when you look at these videos, I'll just click on the first video. Typically, we have the first video is available to anyone to see as a sample video. You're not going to be able to hear the video here, but you'll be able to see how this comes back up. And then when we can hit this button, we can go back to the main course. The point here that I want you to be able to see is that as you have access to these various videos, in this case, like I said, there's 57, and we actually have more videos that we're processing, so we're not actually done with this course. But you can see that some of these videos have this lock on them, and that's only there because these videos are exclusive to Green members. But as I said, there's a number of videos that are scattered throughout this course, typically first in a series that we give for free as sample videos to everyone. Going on with the education section, you can see that we have a trainers page. I'm going to forego that again. That's also growing as we're constantly recruiting new teachers. And by the way, I'd like to point out here that under this course page, as I said, it's constantly growing. We are literally in development with 3 courses right now. Marcus Guillory, who you see in the back of the room, Marcus is actually helping me process the video, and we are doing 3 courses. The courses we're working on currently are the one that I mentioned with William Crowley on credit restoration, the 1031 exchange, which I just finished the preliminary cuts for this afternoon, and then a course on simple real estate investing. This is a course on how to actually get started with your very first piece of property for the beginner, the newbie, so to speak. So we're really proud of the fact that this is kind of an ongoing operation. And we basically are, when we think about our course page, we think about it as basically Green's answer to Netflix. So imagine a Netflix dedicated exclusively to real estate. Now moving on, here we also have a blog, and again, this is something I'm rather proud of. We actually have 3 bloggers for our Green blog page, and blogs, new blogs in all areas of real estate come out 3 times a week, typically around noontime on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we're very proud of these articles. There's a variety of different topics that are covered. You can see the 203K loan. And remember earlier when we talked about Chelsea Phillips' article, What Makes a Great Real Estate Property? Remember all those pictures of the property that I was telling you about in Evansville, Indiana? Well, as you go through this particular article, you'd actually be able to see each and every one of those particular pictures from that property as she actually gives a sample property and does an exercise of determining if this property is worth investing in. So we do that, as I said, 3 times a week. In addition to that, twice a month, we put out a Green Talking Real Estate podcast. Right now we have 4 of them. You can see here our primary host is Jack Hakel, but he also has the co-host, Mark LaPera, there right in at Green HQ. You can see we have 4 of them out there, and we try to interview movers and shakers in a variety of different areas of real estate. You can see here if you page through them. Oh, is that Steve? Yes, it is. Our very own Green CEO, Steve Chase. We also have this one here, Mike Todd and Self-Directed IRAs, Patty Ketchum, and our own Paul Kazanowski, who we absolutely love. So that gives you a sense here of what we have to offer in education, and I'm going to focus here now on the calendar of the website because I truly believe that this may well be the most important thing that Green is doing with regard to education. The calendar is the window into the OmniJoy. These are all courses that are live and interactive courses that are held right here on the OmniJoy. And as you can see, this is at the beginning of March, actually tail end of February, beginning of March, and I'm just showing you that part of the calendar as a sample, but of course the calendar goes on through March and then into April. But you can see that we have the Green Business Opportunity that deals with the MLM side of the business. More on that later. But also mastermind sessions. Steve, just teasing Steve a little bit, Steve loves that word mastermind. But Actually, I do too, because these sessions are fabulous opportunities to interact with real experts in the field. I can tell you, just this Monday, we had a mastermind session, what Steve calls a broker agent mastermind session with Steve and Jeremy Tabor. And I can tell you, we've done 2 of them so far, and that is an hour that is absolutely worth your time. I literally do not care what kind of business you're in. You can absolutely profit from the business advice that Steve and Jeremy ladle out. It is, as I said, an hour that is absolutely worth your time. You can see we also do a mortgage mastermind with Larry Cox, and we also do a fix and flip mastermind with Paul Kaznowski, and I know that we have a couple others in development, one of which deals with the idea of social media and how to use it to benefit your career as a real estate professional. So stay tuned. Anyway, this calendar is not just a posting of events, but is actually your entryway into the events. You'll notice that I clicked, for example, on the Mortgage Mastermind. You can see that we actually provide the link here that takes you directly into the actual OmniJoin session classroom that we're in right now. So that gives you an idea of some of the things. But I can tell you right now that I cannot speak more highly of these events. There's just no way to measure just how much benefit you can get, because these are smaller, more intimate events. Typically, you're going to have 10 to 15 people that show up for these events. That means you have direct access to these experts in the fields of mortgages and social media and fix and flips and real estate investment and real estate business leadership. That opportunity to be face to face with these people and ask the questions that are relevant for your interest. I mean, how can you put a price tag on that? That's really an important feature, and this is something that we intend to expand. We're not going to just put out 3 or 4 of these opportunities, but we're going to have a variety of these opportunities. As I mentioned before, William Crowley, who does the work in credit restoration, is going to be doing a monthly mastermind. There's Steve's word for you, mastermind session in credit restoration. So you get an opportunity to speak with experts on a face-to-face basis and get those questions answered. Tremendous benefit there. Lastly, without taking up too much more of your time, I want to focus here on the MLM opportunity, because if you are a Green member, you can have the opportunity, or if you're interested in Green, you can learn about Green here on this page with the MLM opportunity. And actually, we have a full-blown compensation plan that you can actually see and look through. And then you have the opportunity on the website right here to actually join the website and eventually get your own .net site, so you can bring people in on your downline with the MLM. Of course, Steve will deal with that a little bit more in greater detail. He's much more of an expert on that stuff than I am, but he'll be dealing with that, of course, later on in this session. But without, as I said, without taking up too much of your time, I wanted to kind of give you a taste of both what the OmniJoin offers and also what's available to you on the Green website. I do want to point out that all of those blog articles are all available to people for free and can be shared easily on social media. In addition to that, all of our podcasts will also be available for free, and they too can be shared on social media. So I'm prepared to take any questions if there are any. Otherwise, if I was so brilliant that I answered every question you have, I'm happy with that too. So Steve, did I please you by using the word mastermind enough?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, they're really mini masterminds, and there's a couple of minds getting together and pounding some ideas out. Tina had a question.
I just like to bust Steve's chops.
Yeah.
Tina?
Can that calendar be accessed via Google Calendar, like a reminder?
Wow.
Ooh, that is a good question. You stumped the teacher. Congratulations, Katina. Thanks a lot.
I'll bet Varsity.
Roxroy, can anything happen on that?
I can certainly look into it and give you an answer.
Because today I missed it because it was Eastern time. I didn't get the email until 12:30.
Yeah, that we actually needed to make that switch. This is part of the growing pains.
Yeah, if it could be connected to my Google calendar, then I will get that notice.
Wow, that's a good
I
question.
will put that down on my to-do list.
Okay, thank you.
But see, that's the kind of thing right there that really helps us a lot, and I totally appreciate that.
Anybody else? Let's leave the backlights off. All right.
And just so you guys know, and Andrea, one thing to note is I was actually able to do that mastermind session entirely from my car and my iPhone in between going to an auction. So.
Yes, in between going to the auction. That, my friends, is multitasking.
We were multitasking that day.
Now, let me show you some of the tools you need. If you wanted to have your own meetup group, it's so simple. Most people already have the laptop. In the laptop is most likely a camera and a microphone. But I just bought these today. A little Logitech camera, I think it was $60, and a $25 headset, and you have your own group. I mean, that's how simple it is to be professional.
If you have kids, you can actually steal their face or what is it? Xbox headphones.
Yeah,
That's what I have is the hand-me-downs of my son. That way he got the excuse to get new ones.
So it doesn't cost, I mean, you see this here, yes, you can reproduce this if you wish, but it's unneeded. You can sit at your house with your laptop or your home computer and have your own group or talk about your own properties. And she said, oh, I don't want to start my own group. But you know what? You might want to show your properties. Every Tuesday at 5 o'clock, I'm going to showcase my properties and my friends' properties. So you have your friend come over your house and say, hey, listen, plug in your little zip drive and show your, listen, I'll show your properties on my thing, but I'll $10 for every one that I sell, or whatever. But you start a little group so you can sell other people's properties. And so that's how you start small. She had her own magazine. And maybe you want to do a virtual magazine, do this. Because that's how you start getting the people who are going to come to you with deals.
We're planning on going door knocking. If we do that and show people that, I guess, realtors do
Exactly.
door knocking.
Listen, we're going to teach people how to do door knocking. The goods and the bads of door knocking. And it's a lot safer than she was saying. I hate knocking on doors, or
I'm gonna be your sidekick.
because but hey, you're live. Anything happened, you got the guy who fix your live. So
If you, as long as you've scheduled it, and I'll explain our platform. This is the company, the corporation that does this it's almost like a loss leader form. They've poured millions and millions of dollars into this platform, and we get scale. We can buy multiple platforms because we use it for our company. So it's almost like having your own virtual classroom. As long as you sign up your time, if you're a member of our company, your clients can meet you here. So imagine, for example, you wanted to give a presentation, a listing presentation. Well, I mean, if for some reason you want to do a short, you have the ability.
especially if they're out of state.
That's right. You have the ability. Beautiful example.
People in California have their property
A
here.
relocation client. Hey, come into my, and this is different than, there are other ones out there like Go to Training, but you would pay for Go to Meeting. You're going to pay
$40, $50 a month.
Yeah.
Here you get this part of the package.
There are some free services out there, but they just don't have the functionality. And I don't know if you noticed the lag time. As far as it frequency modulates everything. So you notice we have great picture. We don't have any lag time. Now, granted, if you are a presenter in this, it is good to have a good upload speed on your computer.
And we teach that. We teach you,
Yeah.
if you're going to start your own little group, Here's some tips that we found out over 3 years of doing this. You know, get the little bit better equipment than just the laptop. It works fine. But you know what? Maybe buy a little external speaker for your laptop. I mean, you know, $10, 20. We're not talking big time. We're talking less than $100 for pretty much everything you need for a mobile office, a mobile studio.
It's also, and Mark was hitting on this point generally about being a leader, but also as part of what we're doing with our value proposition. I think imperative for people in any line of business to really start getting more comfortable with some of these technological tools and start utilizing them for saving time, for building clients, for making presentations, whatever you're doing. In our situation, we're creating connectivity with other people in business, in real estate, in mortgages, wholesalers, people that have deals. And so we want people to be able to use these tools to their advantage. And so the OmniJoin just happens to be an excellent tool for our members to use. And it's not just that we come here every Wednesday night, you know, like Mark said. We do have this stuff that we're building online, and it's growing. You know, we're starting, but it's definitely growing. So, and then are we right about? Oh, we're fine. Yeah, it's Andrea. Did you have any other points about what I was just saying there?
No, I'm good. I think for the most part, I can't agree more with the quality of the OmniJoin. You know, Steve, when we were looking around at what the options were, the ability to these things and have it be very user friendly. There was just nothing that compared to this.
Well, and just so you guys know, what we're doing, and this is geared a little bit towards members tonight. Pam, I know everyone here, I guess we got new guests, we're doing pretty much putting this in play this week. We will have I call them masterminds. They're not large masterminds, they're small masterminds, but generally back and forth idea sharing with some people that really know what they're doing in the business. And so we're doing Jeremy Tabor twice a month, and Jeremy, you guys know Jeremy, but he's #2 exit realty agent in the world, top franchise in the country for the last 7 out of the last 8 years.
And a really nice guy.
And Paul, who flips 10, 15 houses a month. I don't know if you know Paul. He's an excellent flipper rehabber. Has tons of connections here in Nashville. And then Brandon Patrick with our social media mastermind, and then Larry Cox with our mortgage mastermind. As we grow, we're going to continue to add value. We are talking to Coach Berg and having him engage, hopefully, some of his life coaching. We don't have that set in stone yet, but
yeah. Well, Billy's going to do a class for us. Larry Simon's down in Florida, my old broker.
Yeah.
40 years in the business.
Larry's fabulous.
We just did a video shoot on his dock in Cape Coral, Florida, and it was just fabulous
really
information.
Anyone that has an interesting experience that I can share with other people out there across our network in Green, across the country, we're going to bring them in, we're going to talk to them, we're going to try to share those experiences. And we also record these for review later. So we save we save our Investor Club meetings on the website, and we save our OmniJoin meetings on the website. So you don't necessarily have to be there, even though it's nice to be able to ask questions. You can come back later and ask those questions. So like anything, we have little glitches here and there because, you know, we're just launching out of the gate with this thing. So, there's sometimes we'll get a technical glitch, a drop here and there, you know, if you have a disconnect on the internet. But our OmniJoin sessions have been pretty smooth. We haven't had much of an issue, so I think they've gone pretty well. So I'll get briefly into talk about green real quick. Not going to do any hard sell. We don't do that. But just so you guys know, I do firmly believe that in 3 to 5 years that this group will be the largest group of real estate investors in the country. And as you know, our company is called Green Global Real Estate Education Network. We've taken real estate education and we have put it into an online format, and this is our cultural center. We meet as a group of people, as a real estate investment club, to do basic business networking weekly. These meetings are always free and open to the public. We encourage you to invite all of your friends. Tell them to come. They don't have to join. Join if you want to. But we want to talk business. We want to talk real estate, share cards. If you'd have been here last week, there would have been 20 people talking to you. So this week's, and we knew it was going to be slow with the president coming into town. But the network marketing business opportunity basically is a chance to build a long-term residual income by just simply inviting other people to come share what we're doing here. So for the education, we charge $99.97 a month. We charge $9.97 a month for independent representatives, so a total of $109.94 a month. The $9.97 gets you your own website, gets you back office support. I would hope that by speaking to millionaires every day online, whenever you want to engage, that you could get $100 a month worth of value. Generally, I've found that people who are business builders and who are leaders can find $100 a month worth of value. People who are interested in investing in their own future, people who are interested in making themselves better. You guys have been here and seen what we've had so far and some of the ideas and the connections that we're making with people. So that's the basic premise that we offer, the value proposition. As I mentioned before, we are in the process of finalizing 4 mastermind online sessions a week, live, interactive. So basically, you can train every day to improve your business. The cost of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, that classic line. And you can actually turn this into a profitable business by introducing it to other people and having them show up and come up. So that's our value proposition. We are slowly growing. I've got, in our first month, we've got 2 of the top 25 realtors in Middle Tennessee. I've got the president of the Williamson County Association of Realtors and one of the best flippers in town, a whole bunch of millionaires, and it's a good group of people. So, and we suspect that platform will grow and spread, and we just get up here and we preach our gospel of real estate and hope that we can share some good ideas with everybody. Andrea, that's
we got a small enough group, Steve. Why don't we go around the room and
sure.
Hey, Bill, are you still there? Are you driving?
Yeah, he's
there. I'm still there.
All right, introduce yourself, and then we'll go around our room.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm driving. But I'm William Crowley. I do I have the credit restoration assistance program. It's considered a 4-stage credit restoration assistance program. It's kind of like a credit repair on steroids. And I've got an upcoming training. Once we get it finalized, it's going to be aired on the website, I believe, is what Andrea was saying earlier. But I'm just glad to be aboard and looking forward to doing some work with over the next couple of years with you guys.
No, yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
I heard you good, Bill.
You're 100% fine.
Let me tell you about Bill. I met him down, where did I meet you? Fort Myers or Tampa or somewhere?
Well, yeah, Tampa. We met originally.
Billy's on the circuit. He's everywhere, all through Florida and Atlanta. Pretty much trains every night. He's Eddie Murphy. He looks like Eddie Murphy. He talks like Eddie Murphy, and he's just when he gives his 15, 20 minutes up on the stage, I mean, everybody's going, wow, I didn't know I could do that. Wow, I didn't know I could do that. I mean, he's just got a terrific way to fix your credit, and he's going to teach you how to fix your credit. So, you know, that's William Crowley. I call him Billy. Macumbla or Cumbla, whatever the heck your middle name is.
He can't get that right.
Ikemba.
Just say handsome.
All right, just Mr. Handsome. God, Roxroy, what?
I'm Ross Roy. I'm born and raised here in Nashville. That's a rarity. So you don't see too many born and raised Nashville people. But once again, you got one over there, a couple, or a couple over there. So there you go. So, but I'm in sales. I've been doing sales for over almost 20 years now. So, but in different areas and venues and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I've been successful. I've always been a sales guy. Even when I was in college, I was selling cars for Crest Cadillac, even in college. So, but I've been in sales for a long period of time. So, I'm just here to kind of see what kind of platform you guys have.
I'm Mohammed Ibrahim. I think most of you know me. I'm professionally in information technology and investing.
I'm Rehab Pam Simmons. That seems to be what I got nicknames. And I've been a realtor for 15 years. Before that, I published a home building and remodeling magazine in Atlanta. And I've been also flipping houses for 3 years. I guess I've done about 10 or 12. Here to learn.
Hello, my name is Kachari Emerson. I'm a student of Green.
Hugh.
I'm my own company. I'm Hugh. My name is pretty long. Kachari Fernandez. I have my own company, Fernandez Fortune Enterprises LLC. I'm a former student of Fortune Building. I wholesale and rehab. I'm actually still building my portfolio as well. Looking to do some creativity.
I'm Christina Smith. I'm with Remax TV. I am not a realtor. I'm a life scientist.
She took the Coach Burt's course.
Coach Burt already. There you go. World-class explanation of service.
I work with people that need perfect credit to help them restore their credit home.
You got to talk to
You
Billy.
don't believe in selling houses. You believe in changing lives. That's right.
I'll get you Billy's phone number, and you can talk to Billy about helping you out with that.
My name is Christina Barclay. I'm with Remax as well. I'm a realtor. And I'm just new, so I'm learning. Just want to learn as much as possible so I can be as effective as possible.
All right.
And this is Mark and Steve, Mark and Steve. Mark has bought, sold, flipped, built, burned down hundreds of homes.
Lost.
Yeah,
Foreclosed.
Made millions, lost millions. It's happened to all of us. Making millions again. But has great stories to tell. If you guys don't know Mark, he's a wonderful storyteller. You know, you sit down and
I did it all, been there, done that, and
has
moved on.
stories that you wouldn't believe.
Yeah,
that
nobody believes.
yeah.
And that's Steve Chasen. I met Steve in 2004 or 5 when I first never came to Nashville before, with a pocket full of cash because I bought and sold everything in Florida. I sold it all at the perfect time, came up here, found East Nashville, said I'm home because I could fix those old houses. Called 12, 15 signs, nobody called me back. And I finally called the sign and his sign, and he said, yeah, come on down, we'll look. And I think I bought 40 houses that month, and then 40 more every month. He's the only one that ever called me back, and you know what? That's too bad for all those other people. I don't know who they are, but that's too bad. They didn't. Of course, in 2008, lost it all like a lot of people. Went into my hole, and then I came back out. Steve's been calling me like every 6 months or so. Come on back up. Finally came back up in 13, and me and Steve. I mean, he's a machine with auctions. He's in there 24/7. I gotta drag him out to have a cigar.